Yeah. Oh, wow. First of all, I can't say enough about our fans. A 5 o'clock tip where we live is a pretty tough time, and they definitely, like they've been all season long for us, gave us such a boost, especially when it went into overtime and then double overtime. I told them overtime is our time. And just, can't say enough, just so proud of this group. That it's going to be a heavyweight fight. Both teams, you saw the competitive spirit, the mindset to want to go on to the next round. I thought we came out with a great mindset. We punched first, and then, Alabama, responded with the character that they have. Really no team deserved to lose this game tonight. Both teams were so good. But I thought, you saw what our seniors did, Shy and Sarah and KK and Allie, and you could go through the list. I thought every player had an impactful moment for us, whether it was on the offensive and defensive end. And now we're excited to be representing both, now us and men's basketball going to the Sweet 16.
At this time, for Sarah and Shyanne.
Trademark down the end of the season. What were you thinking? What were you guys discussing amongst yourselves? And just what does it mean to kind of come out of this deficit to win in double overtime?
It feels good. It was really a fight. We went double overtime, but we just kept playing for each other the whole game. I know, I think it was like the third and fourth quarter. It was kind of like a little bit tough for us, but we never give up, and we kept fighting. That's all we did. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
You were 9 for 9 there today. How much do you pride yourself in that, and how are you able to execute so well down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, they're easy money shots. You got to be able to step up and hit them. We practice free throws all the time, so I knew I could step up with confidence and knock them down. So, yeah.
You've been playing at such a high level recently. It just feels like every single time this team needs a big three, you're hitting one off the dribble, contested. Can you just tell us what that feels like for those of us that haven't experienced playing basketball at such a ridiculous level?
I have a lot of faith. Always, before games, I always pray a lot. And I thank God for this game. It's really a blessing. But my teammates, they always keep telling me, keep shooting, especially Shy. Always tell me to keep shooting and being confident every time. And Coach Brenda, she always tell me to be confident in every shot you're taking. So it's probably confidence, yeah, I would say.
For Shy, you go to the free throw line that last time. It's your last shots here, biggest shots of your career. Is any of that going through your mind?
Not really. I mean, honestly, I just wanted to knock them down. I didn't want to give them any hope. I wanted them to have to make a three if they wanted to send it into another overtime. I didn't want to give them an easy way out.
We played at such a long stretch with 4 fouls. So how much did that weigh on your mind when you were defending and having to be aggressive at times?
Yeah, I was trying to be disciplined. I knew my team needed me to stay in the game. And honestly, it just comes back to all of them having my back. I mean, there was definitely times where I was scrambling and out of rotations, and they all had my back. And I think that just speaks volume about this team of that's just who we are.
Hey, Cheyenne, Rob Knox here from the Next. I have 2 questions. One, can you just describe the impact? Obviously, Coach said everybody made an impact, which was true, but Mir really performed on well, double-digit rebounds for her. That's the first question. And the second question is, at what moment when y'all were down 17, was there a play, a defensive strategy, or anything that adjusted? Because y'all went from 17 down to 9 going into the fourth quarter.
First off, with Mir, that's just who Mir is. She's going to do the little things. She's going to go in and get a rebound if we haven't gotten one. She's going to crash the offensive rebound. She's going to try to guard the best best offensive player. That's just who Mir is, and she's a team player, and I love her every second of it because she makes us better, and it's huge for us. And then I forgot. 17, got it. It wasn't really a specific play. It was a specific timeout. I remember we were just talking about score, stop, score, score, stop, score, get a stop, get it within 10 going to the fourth, and we're right there. And that's exactly what we did, and we executed.
For Shy, a little bit of a follow-up. Obviously, down 17, you were on the bench with 4 fouls. Like, how do you keep yourself up knowing that this could be the end of your career if you guys don't come back and you're down by so much and you can't really help because you're on the bench? Like, how do you keep yourself motivated to keep going and keep faith, basically?
You pour into other people. You pour into your teammates. I know it was frustrating when I got my 4th foul. Pouring it into them really helped me get out of it. And, yeah, and I mean, you just hope that your team can make a run, and that's exactly what they did. But honestly, I kind of knew they would, so.
Jonah Schaefer, Baltimore Banner. I think you played pretty close to every minute in that game. How did you what did you draw from to keep going, and what was it like then to be carried off the floor by your teammates?
I think I really wanted to win, so I was like just trying to play the best that I can, every possession in defense, all that. Just trying to play hard and just work hard. I just wanted to win. That's mentality. Everybody on the team, we wanted to win, and we just never give up. Yeah. What'd you say?
Thoughts on being carried off the field, off the floor by your teammates?
Being carried off the court. What does that mean?
Were you carried off?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh. No, they just did it. I don't even know why they do that, but I don't know. But yeah, it felt good. It was helpful. Yes, I was a little bit tired, but it was good. Yeah.
Anything else for Sarah and Shyanne?
Rob again from the next. For either one of you, obviously as competitors, when you play against another team competing at a high level, you have somebody like Sarah finished with 45 points. In that moment, what was the strategy there against her, or you just said at one point we just going to let her score and then we just kind of focus on everybody else? But I mean, obviously, as a competitor, how special was her performance? So just having to defend and see that the entire game.
I mean, I told her after the game I thought she was phenomenal. I didn't think she needed to shed a single tear. She was excellent, and I think she put everyone on notice of exactly who she is. And obviously, we probably should have done a little bit better, but we contained everybody else, so that was huge. But, I mean, she has no reason to hang her head. She's a phenomenal player and a great person, too.
For both Shy and Sarah, when you're 80 and sitting on your rocking chair, when you think back to this game, what will you be thinking about?
For so long. My back gonna crack and everything.
It was fun. Really fun.
Good.
Even though it was tight games and everything, but it was really fun. We had fun, and it's a blessing to be a part of that.
You're so classy.
I think we have time for one more if anybody else has one. If not, we'll let Sarah and Shyanne get going. And a reminder that 30-minute window in the locker room is open. We have a question for Coach Frese up here.
Copeland, Washington Post. I think I forgot to do that the first time. Just as you guys are going through those overtimes, what is the kind of message that you're kind of preaching to them? I saw you, you're waving to the crowd, and during each timeout, you're kind of giving a message. Was there a theme of what you were saying as you kind of kept going?
Continue to try to instill as much, energy and positivity, confidence. Went in there the first time. Overtime is our time, and I knew they were tired, but just really, needing to dig in even further. I mean, these guys played really, really heavy minutes, and then especially to come from 17 down, what that took to come back into this fold. So, and again, I just can't say enough about our crowd. This is why you try to earn that right to host and have that energy, because we absolutely needed it with both the double overtimes.
Coach Christian Jackson, Black Explosion here. What was your sentiments of the team going into the fourth? You guys had closed the gap a little bit. It was a 9-point game going into the fourth. What would you just tell your team going into the fourth and to close that gap?
A couple things. I'll say, when Shai went out, I thought, even when we went big and we brought Amari in, I thought she did some great things. I got to make sure I mention that. I thought she was really ready and impacted us in a great way. But that fourth quarter, just, again, like just, cutting down those possessions where we needed stops to scores and, just doing it one possession at a time and doing it together. Nobody had to do it on their own. And when you look at the box and you look how it was spread, they really kind of trusted each other on the offensive end as well as on the defensive end.
Alabama did lose 2 starters in that fourth quarter due to fouls, and so how did that change the way you defended Barker and Kakian?
I mean, the foul trouble was huge. They were able to get KK out for us, and once they were in foul trouble, we were able to, dig off of a little bit because they were trying to pick on Sarah, and we were able to, take some of the, the post players when they had to go to 2 bigs and really be able to help. And then, we were trying to double Sarah, number 3. I mean, she just, off of every ball screen. I mean, we were trying to get it out of her hands, but man, what a winner, what a competitor. She did everything she could to will her team to that win. It was an impressive performance.
Max Schaefer, Testudo Times. Coach, you just touched on it a little bit, but can you talk more about what you got from your role players? Specifically Mir, I mean, she had, I feel like a role player's dream, just getting every rebound and then guarding so well. Just 78 for Sellers, Schmeichel, and Te-Biasu, but the role players did so much. Can you just kind of expand on that?
They really did. I would say these last 2 games for Mir, I mean, defensively, the ability to lock down for us, and she did, even though, Sarah had 45 points. I mean, Mir made her work and earn those 45 points. She really had to work for him, and even to the point like Amari stepping out there and making a shot, huge. Sailor making a free throw. Every one of those points chipped away, and just moving through and defensively as well. So it was massive to be able to have those minutes.
Hi, Coach. Ben Messinger, Testudo Times. Ali Kubek was the only player in a double overtime game to score a double-double. She's been awesome in every NCAA tournament game she's played. Can you just talk about her impact in big games in March?
I don't know what it is. I'm here for it. It's been really special to be able to see and to see it from last year to. I just think the body of work for Allie over time, it's like she learns to develop that trust in herself and the confidence. And again, I mean, she was huge. Look at her stat line. I mean, when you talk about 19 and 12, 5 assists as a post, no turnovers, 49 minutes, I just can't, and banging down low defensively, so many things that I actually had forgotten that she had played that many minutes, and was, when she got tired, I was kind of challenging her, and she was just huge. I just can't say enough.
You sort of mentioned it at the outset, both the men and the women going to the Sweet 16, and it's the first time it's ever actually happened in the same year. Just how special has the last 24 hours been for Maryland basketball?
Look how both teams won, and you look at that's the pride of who we are to represent, our athletic department, our university, our state, on the biggest stage nationally, and two teams that have been really resilient all year. I mean, you look at the men, and you were just hoping it was going to break last night for them, and some of the buzzer beater shots that have gone on with them, and they've stayed the course and stayed resilient. And I'll say the same thing for this group through all the injuries and adversity that we've faced for this group. Could have folded at any point, that stretch of Texas and UCLA and those opponents. And I think that's what's so special is the journey that you get to have with this team, and to be able to watch it kind of unfold tonight.
Coach, you had 2 opportunities to foul up 3. One time it came back to bite you, one time it didn't. Are you not a proponent of that? Do you ever consider that strategy late in the game?
We've considered it. It hasn't really been who we are. So, yeah, I mean, I think you can second guess yourself anytime, with that. But, proud that, worked in our favor.
In the non-championship game, national championship category, where does this rank in your career for wins?
I think, Rose had shared like the last double overtime game was 2008 that I've been involved. Right up there, I guess when you've been in it as long as I have, but this one absolutely, I'm going to remember for a really long time with this group and just everything that they've had to be through this season.
We have more for Coach. Coach, get going. Thanks for joining us, and good luck in the next round.